John Jones was an average 26-year-old married guy who went caving in the Nutty Putty Cave in Utah on November 24, 2009 with his family and friends, but tragically got stuck and eventually died in the cave. The story of John Jones getting stuck in the Nutty Putty Cave is one of the most horrifying stories about spelunking and is sure to chill your bones even if you don't have claustrophobia, which many people have said online in discussions about the episode, because it reminds us why human beings avoid dark and dangerous situations usually. John Jones was no stranger to exploring caves. He had gone with his father and brother many times before, as a child, and exploration of caves was a well-liked activity in his family in general. Right before the Thanksgiving holiday in November 2009, the Jones family decided to take a trip to one of the nearby cave systems, known as the Nutty Putty Cave, as a way of spending time with each other, and this huge group decided to explore this cave because they never had before. While the family started together, soon after the start John Jones and his brother Josh Jones went a little ahead, and they found themselves in a slightly narrower part of the cave, where John Jones broke off a little further and headed down the crevasse that was at a tapered angle from the rest of the cave system. When John realized that it was too narrow for him to turn back, he decided to go a little forward because he felt that the chamber in front of him was a drop to a more open space where he would ideally have enough space to maneuver and turn back around, so he could head on up again. At this point, John Jones was crawling headfirst into a cave that was essentially getting narrower and more perpendicular to the ground, which meant that there came a point where he was at an almost 90-degree angle in the cave, and it was so narrow that he was held between the columns of the cave. John Jones felt in this part of the cave that he would perhaps not be able to move forward unless he sucked his chest in a bit, or perhaps he did it instinctively, it is not known, but rescuers believe that his sucking his chest in at this point was the reason he went farther than he could have had he not done so, and right after that, when his chest expanded again because of his natural breathing rhythm, he got stuck. The reason this happened was because having his chest sucked in caused him to go into an even narrower portion of the cave, and because of this he was jammed at a point where he could not possibly go forward from and could not come back out either. Rescuers and people with knowledge of the area also said that even if John Jones could have gone forward into the cave it could not have mattered, as there wasn't nearly enough space even further to do what John had been wanting to do, and he was going to be stuck either way because the chamber closed off after the point where he was at.